With her solid gold hit, Spanish Eddie, here's Laura Branigan. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ray Parker Jr.
I'd like to welcome you to this week's Solid Gold. And as you can see, Laura's already gotten us started with her new hit single, Spanish Eddie.
Ray and I are really up for tonight's show because we've got some hot guests. Billy Ocean and Graham Nash.
So stay with us. We're coming right back with more great music, not to mention the Solid Gold dances.
Of one of pop and R&B's top new artists.
This guy's hot, huh? In the last 6 months, he's had 2 singles go to the top of the charts. The most recent one is the beautiful love ballad he's singing tonight, called Suddenly. Here's Billy Ocean.
Played piano at the age of 7 and studied classical music most of his life. But when he bought his first synthesizer 6 years ago, it opened a whole new world to him. He's one of rock's newest innovators, and he's just coming off his first #1 hit, Things Can Only Get Better. Tonight he's performing his follow-up single called Life in One Day. Here's Howard Jones. The first things to do is make an audience laugh, but our next guest does it every time he walks on stage. He's one of today's brightest and talented young comedians. Here's Mr. Arsenio Hall. Our next guest has played an important part in the history of modern music. In the 60s, he was the lead singer of the classic British band, the Hollies. Then in '69, he teamed up to form the legendary Crosby, Stills and Nash. Graham's recording on his own now, and he's got a great new single called Don't Listen to the Rumors. Here's Graham Nash.
In 1979, Donna Summer put together a string of 6 straight top 10 hits, and I thought it would never be matched. But then along came Madonna.
She's already had 6 straight top 10 hits, and to tell you the truth, I don't see any end in sight.
So here are the Solid Gold dancers with this week's most popular record, Madonna's Into the Groove. Special thanks to all the performers who joined us. They were great.
And be sure to watch Solid Gold next week for more of the best in pop music. Until then,
good night.
Ghostbusters! Ghostbusters!